Hey guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University, and The Punisher, issue number 7. This was a very good issue that got a whole lot better because of one little thing. Let's get into who actually made this book first. This is Frank Castle and the War in Bagalia, Part 2. The Punisher... Oh, no, I'm not going to read the whole backstory. Writer Matthew Rosenberg, artist Simon Kodransky, colors Antonio Fabella, letters VC's Corey Petit, cover artist Greg Smallwood. And so moving on. Basically, we get somebody, and I believe it's Jigsaw. Somebody is portraying the Punisher and going around beating up on the people who've committed treason in Bagalia. So Zemo is sending this person to go and beat up the bad guys, or the people who have disobeyed him in the country. This is especially interesting because we know that Zemo is a megalomaniac. We know that Zemo is deathly, frighteningly scary. And now we know that he's more powerful than he's ever been because he commands armies as a nation, not just commanding armies or an army as a backwoods Hydra agent, whatever the heck you're going to call it. So it's pointed out that he's much more powerful here. That part of the story doesn't last more than 2-3 pages because we go right into Frank Castle showing off his punawang to that's never going to get old, to the nun, Sister Mercy, and her immediate family, it looks like. Anyway, so we now have it confirmed that Frank has an average-sized penis. And basically the Punisher has to learn how to live in this prison environment. There's no... Look, first off, cops get away with pretty much anything. Okay, that's established. It's known. There's not a whole lot that cops are going to have to... it's got to be really bad for a cop to get in trouble for anything. So anytime that Frank's been in prison before, it's always been okay, you're going to get in trouble based on the rules or based on what we think that we can get away with or based on how much the Kingpin has bribed so and so many guards. This is something entirely different. What Zemo says goes. And that's that. He is the law. And he is a ridiculously dangerous, violent person. So as long as the guards don't kill Frank, everything goes. And it's even worse with the other prisoners. Frank has to learn how to rein in his vengeance because he's just been an unstoppable fire. And to quote the Buddha, vengeance is like a man who succumbs to the wrath of vengeance is like a man who picks up a flaming hot coal with the intent of throwing it at his enemy. The only person who gets burned is the man himself who picks up the coal. So that's pretty much what Frank has to learn. This comic book would have been really solid from beginning to end. There was just the right amount of action, just the right amount of repercussions for those actions, just the right amount of conversation and lessons. Ooh, and backstory too that relates back to an early, a 1987 story also, which I would highly recommend checking out. We're all Punisher fans, right? And it would have been good just at that. But something happens in here. Frank has to make a decision. And of course, we can't be entirely sure what his answer was going to be, which road he was going to take, because it is Frank Castle. He's the most chaotic, good guy that you could be, barely good guy. Freaking Deadpool's Mother Teresa compared to Frank Castle, But he made what I believe is a good decision. And this decision, the pause that the writer and the art team took while he was trying to think of what answer should I give, what choice should I actually make, just made this comic exceptional. And I really hope that, if you read this comic book, you're like, it's pretty good. Go back and at the very least read that one part, if not the whole book again. I mean, it's your book. You should read it. Feel free to read it 2-3 times. But just read that one part again. Notice the pause that he takes. He's genuinely in conflict, and it's going against him. So it was good. It was one of those moments I hope that other people are going to, focus on this moment as they're writing this. But then again, I'm also kind of hoping that we can just see the dark side of Matthew Rosenberg continue writing the story as it stands, because this is definitely the darker side of Matthew Rosenberg. This is, Matthew, this is basically, I don't know. This is the balance for Rosenberg's great humor and the joy that he seems to take in writing good, funny comic books once in a while, and meaningful comic books. It's just like, can I write The Punisher? Why? Because I need to balance my chakra. That's what this comic book is, and he does it so well. So yeah, again, that moment, seriously, that hit, and I'm just like, effing proud of you, Frank. Effing proud of you. Anyway, guys, that's going to be it for me. By the way, effing stands for frag with Frank, because, anyway, Professor Bill, Comic Book University, class dismissed.